There are places on our planet that feel as though they belong to another time, where the air itself seems thick with memory and legend. Ethiopia is one such place. Breathtaking landscapes, ancient traditions, and stories that seem to whisper on the wind. Here, the land is alive with echoes of the past, and every mountain and valley holds secrets waiting to be discovered. Hidden in its northern highlands are the astonishing rock-hewn churches of Lalibela, a marvel of devotion and artistry carved into the very bones of the earth. These aren't built with bricks and mortar but carved directly from living rock, a testament to faith and human ingenuity. Each wall, each arch, is a silent witness to centuries of prayer and perseverance. Imagine workers, centuries ago, with simple tools, chipping away at volcanic stone, not building up, but digging down, creating cathedrals from the earth itself. The sound of hammer and chisel must have echoed for miles, as generations labored to shape the sacred from the ordinary. The engineering feat still baffles experts. How and why did they do it? The answers remain shrouded in mystery, adding to the allure of these ancient sanctuaries. The story of these churches is the story of a nation, of a deep, ancient Christian faith that has endured for centuries. It is a living tradition, woven into the fabric of Ethiopian identity. Pilgrims have walked for weeks to pray within these stone walls, keeping rituals alive for nearly 1,000 years. Their footsteps trace the same paths as those who came before, connecting past and present in a sacred journey. To visit Lalibela is to step into a living museum, where the past is still passionately practiced. Here, history is not just remembered, it is lived every day in prayer and song. Standing at the edge of a trench, looking down at a church roof level with your feet, you feel awe. This is sacred ground. The scale and ambition of what was achieved here is humbling, a reminder of what faith and vision can accomplish. Lalibela invites you to look closer, listen to the whispers of the past, and feel the heartbeat of ancient Ethiopia. In this land of whispers and stone, every moment is a bridge between worlds, between what was and what still endures. To truly understand the churches of Lalibela, you must first immerse yourself in the land from which they were born, a landscape as ancient and mysterious as the monuments themselves. Lalibela sits high in the Ethiopian highlands, 2,500 meters above sea level, surrounded by rugged hills and deep gorges that seem to stretch endlessly into the horizon. The sun here is relentless, casting dramatic shadows across the land, turning the soft red volcanic rock to deep orange and gold, painting the cliffs with light and shadow. Life in these highlands is simple and timeless. Farmers in white shamas tending their fields, families living in traditional circular tukul homes, much as they have for centuries. The air is filled with the sounds of cattle lowing, children laughing, and the gentle rhythm of daily life, echoing through the valleys. This remote, almost biblical landscape feels untouched by time, a place where miracles seem possible, and where the spiritual and natural worlds intertwine. The rock beneath your feet, soft, volcanic tuff, was once easy to carve, but hardened with exposure to air, creating the perfect material for the churches to be hewn directly from the earth. The builders saw this vast plateau not as an obstacle, but as a divine canvas, a gift from God, waiting to be transformed into their masterpiece of faith and devotion. Reaching Lalibela is still a journey of its own, whether by winding mountain road that snakes through the highlands, or by a small plane that lands on a remote airstrip. Its remoteness has preserved the churches for centuries, keeping them hidden in the heart of a proud, independent nation, safe from the outside world. This isolation has kept their spirit alive, making every visit feel like a true pilgrimage, a journey not just across land, but through history and faith. Here, you leave the modern world behind and step into a realm of legend, where every stone has a story to tell. Lalibela's setting is as much a wonder as the churches themselves, a place where nature, history, and faith come together in breathtaking harmony. The scale of Lalibela's churches is almost unimaginable. Rising from the rugged Ethiopian highlands, these structures seem to defy logic and possibility. 11 main churches, not built but excavated, carved from a single mass of volcanic stone. Each one is a testament to vision and perseverance. Workers traced outlines, dug trenches, and isolated massive blocks, all with simple tools, chisels, hammers, and unwavering determination. Precision was vital. A single mistake could ruin decades of work. Every strike of the chisel was a leap of faith, guided by skill and hope. After shaping the exterior, they hollowed out interiors, arches, pillars, altars, all from the same rock. The inside became as intricate as the outside. This subtractive architecture required tens of thousands of workers and decades of labor. Generations passed down their knowledge and skills. Hundreds of thousands of tons of rock were removed piece by piece under the hot African sun. The effort was relentless, the vision unwavering. What drove them? Faith, a prayer written in stone. Each carved wall and arch was an offering, a message to the heavens. The result, an underground world of faith with churches connected by tunnels and courtyards, forming a sacred labyrinth beneath the earth. You walk across a plateau and suddenly the ground opens to reveal a church below. The landscape itself becomes a gateway to the divine. The labyrinth of passageways creates a secret sacred network. Each turn reveals new mysteries and hidden sanctuaries. Moving through these spaces feels like navigating the veins of the earth itself, as if the land is alive with spirit and history. Each step is a journey from one holy space to another, in a city built for God. The air is thick with reverence and awe. Lalibela is a marvel of devotion and human achievement, a place where faith, artistry, and endurance carved miracles from the earth itself. Every wonder has a story, and Lalibela's is legendary. King Lalibela, poisoned by his brother, fell into a coma and, in a vision, was instructed by God to build a new Jerusalem. He gathered craftsmen, but the task was immense. So, legend says, angels helped by night, doubling the progress. The churches were completed in just 24 years, a feat attributed to divine intervention. This story, whether fact or metaphor, gives the churches a sense of the miraculous. King Lalibela is revered as a saint, his legacy woven into the town's identity. The churches and local geography echo the Holy Land, fulfilling the king's vision of a symbolic pilgrimage site. Lalibela's legend elevates it from architectural wonder to sacred miracle. Lalibela is not a ruin, it's alive. These churches have been in continuous use for over 800 years, filled with incense and prayer. Priests in embroidered robes chant in ancient Ge'ez, their voices echoing off stone walls. Worshippers of all ages come to pray, kiss the walls, and receive blessings. The interiors are dark, lit by candles and slivers of light through cross-shaped windows. The devotion here is quiet, profound, and sincere. Priests are custodians of history, showing ancient Bibles and explaining symbolic carvings. The Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church, one of the world's oldest, preserves traditions lost elsewhere. During festivals like Timkat or Jena, thousands of pilgrims fill the courtyards, a sea of white-robed worshippers. To witness this is to see faith alive, unbroken for generations. Lalibela is a living center of devotion, echoing through the centuries. Among Lalibela's churches, one stands apart, Bet Georgis, the Church of St. George. Carved in the shape of a perfect Greek cross, it rises from a deep pit, a solitary monolith. Legend says it was built last, after St. George appeared to the king, demanding a church in his honor. The hoofprints of the saint's horse are said to mark the entrance tunnel. To reach Bet Georgis, you descend a winding tunnel into a sunken courtyard, the church's walls towering above. The precision of the carving is flawless. Chisel marks from centuries ago are still visible. Inside, the church is simple and serene, designed for quiet contemplation. Light filters through cross-shaped windows, creating a peaceful, holy atmosphere. There are no grand decorations, just the raw beauty of stone. Standing here, you feel a profound sense of peace. Bet Georgis is more than a building. It's a masterpiece of devotion and engineering. It is, without doubt, one of the world's true wonders. Its presence lingers long after you leave. A journey to Lalibela is more than sightseeing. It's a pilgrimage. For centuries, people have walked for weeks to reach this holy site, seeking blessings and connection. Today, you still see pilgrims, their faces marked by exhaustion and spiritual joy. As you explore, you walk the same tunnels, touch the same stones worn smooth by countless hands. The devotion is real. Elderly women descend steep stairs, young men pray in quiet corners. Visitors and locals share a unique bond of respect and hospitality. You might be invited for coffee, sharing an Ethiopian culture and warmth. The experience is humbling, making you reflect on faith and what truly matters. You arrive as a traveler, but leave with a deeper appreciation for the power of belief and shared humanity. Imagine standing on a rocky plateau under a vast African sky. The ground falls away, revealing a church carved from the earth itself. Ancient, silent, powerful. You descend into darkness, then emerge into light at the foot of this magnificent structure. A priest in white robes greets you with a serene smile. You touch the cool, rough stone, tracing chisel marks nearly a millennium old. Inside, the air is thick with incense, and the sound of prayer fills the space. This is more than a holiday, it's a journey that touches something deep inside. Here, you disconnect from the modern world and connect with something ancient and real. Lalibela fills you with wonder, humility, and peace. It's a journey that leads not just across the globe, but deeper into yourself. The rock-hewn churches of Lalibela are a treasure for all humanity, a UNESCO World Heritage Site of universal value. They remind us of the diversity and creativity of human culture, and the unique ways faith shapes identity. Yet these wonders face challenges. Time, nature, and tourism threaten their survival. Protecting them requires global support and awareness. By learning and sharing Lalibela's story, we help preserve it for future generations. Ethiopia's history is rich, home to the Queen of Sheba, never colonized and filled with diverse cultures. The rock churches are just one chapter in this epic story. My hope is that this journey has sparked your curiosity and sense of wonder. Places like Lalibela show what we can achieve when driven by belief. Thank you for joining me. May Ethiopia's story inspire you to see the world with new eyes.